Welcome to the Basic Bee podcast, a show for the wannabe SEO savvy service providers among us, for the coaches and consultants who dream of becoming known for their storytelling skills, not to mention the solopreneurs who straight up need to master all things social proof to increase sales. After a little reluctantly fully committing to this online world of business, I quickly realized I needed to get people to come to me. I needed to tell them I was here and how I could support them. I dove headfirst into social proof, which led me to SEO, which led me to storytelling. And now it gives me great joy to share what I've learned with other business owners so they skip the hard stuff and ease straight into sales. This podcast gives you expert insights, actionable takeaways, and casual convos with some of the online world's best and brightest experts and strategists. I think that's enough of an intro, so here we go. Welcome back to the Basic Bee podcast. You seem to have loved these walkthroughs, so today I'm going to be doing that with my Done For You offers. And this podcast episode is super well timed because we just heard from Coley this week on the podcast. And if you heard that episode, make sure, first of all, that you know there's a part 1 and a part 2. But if you listen to that episode, you know that Coley freshened up my HoneyBook automations recently. I'm going to share these 2 main offers, talk through who they are for, what the process looks like, and what to do next if you're interested in booking either of these projects. With that, let's begin. There are 2 Done For You offers that I have. I have one called the SEO packet and one called case study copywriting. So with the SEO packet, it's a great copy and paste SEO strategy for your website so you get found organically online and generate leads without needing to live on Instagram 24/7. In this package, you get an SEO audit so we can spot the problems and you understand how to easily fix them. You get Done For You keyword research, content ideas, and those can be used for future blogs, podcasts, or even YouTube videos. I've had some clients use them for all 3. You get SEO strategy documents, and you get a wrap-up Zoom call just so you can ask any questions and really feel confident moving forward. If you're curious on hearing more about what this was like from the client aspect, I have case study interviews with Amanda, Justin, Donna, and Selly, and I'm going to make sure those are linked, of course, in the show notes. With the case study copywriting, it's all about findable content that connects and converts strangers into paying clients using SEO and story. Again, minus all those hours spent on Instagram. In this offer, you get interview questions if you want to do the interviewing, or I love talking to people. So I am happy to do those interviews for you if that's a part of the process that you want to offload. You also get SEO strategy baked into the copy. You get a marketing plan and a repurposing guide for your case study. So it's not just something that's sitting on the shelf and not performing for you and not bringing in those leads. If you're curious to hear about the client experience for case studies, you can listen to Ashley's episode, Brenna's, or Dallas's episodes. Again, I'll make sure you've got all the links. Now, who are these for? These offers are for service-based business owners who are finally ready to stop ignoring SEO, have a team in place, even if it's tiny but mighty, even if it's just one person. They understand the value of SEO and social proof. And they do not want to add something else they've got to learn. They would rather hire something like this out. Another thing that these business owners might have is that they may be sitting on a pile of social proof. And a lot of my clients come in wanting to shout their clients, their students out from the rooftops. So if any of those resonate or anyone is coming to mind, these are the people that I work with. The process for both of these offers are pretty similar. They both start out with a questionnaire so that I know exactly what the vision is and how to bring it to life. I love knowing how to make it a 10 out of 10. Even in school, I remember having that bigger idea of what the teacher wants you to create, the project or the essay or whatever. As long as I knew what I needed to make sure I included, I was great. I was so happy. So I have applied that to my business. And it's even a question that's on that questionnaire is like, what would make this a 10 out of 10? The next step is research. So this is my part. And I'm going to probably say this again because I say it quite a bit, but I try to make my offers, my packages, as low lift on your end as possible. So you're doing the questionnaire and then I'm getting to work. So for me, that begins with research. I'm looking at your social proof. I'm looking at your testimonials. I'm looking at whatever you have set aside that's, client communication related. What are some emails they've sent you? What are some praise they've said about you? Has anyone made a post on LinkedIn about you? I want to see all these things because it helps me understand what you're amazing at, what people love about working with you, and the words that they're using. How are they describing these things? In this research phase, I'm also looking at keywords at this point, and I'm doing that both for the SEO packet and I'm doing that for the case study as well. Next up is the writing. And this could be, again, with either project. I really was trying to be thoughtful when I was creating this. I was like, what are all of the steps that I go through with the SEO packet and the case study copywriting? And all of these flow really well for both of the done for you offers. So if I'm working on the SEO strategy, I'm writing those pieces. I'm writing the H1s. I'm looking at the copy you already have and I'm seeing how we can make it better. I'm writing your SEO title. I'm writing your meta description. Remember, those two pieces are going to show up on the Google search results page. For the case study, I'm writing the case study. I always have a story arc in mind, and I get that by listening to the interviews. I send the story arc to you for your approval, and then I get to writing after I've done the keyword research and after you've approved the story arc. Finally, we celebrate. We do a happy dance. It is not required that you do some video though. Many, but not all of my clients take me up on a wrap-up call. And usually when they do, this time is spent understanding the deliverables and talking through implementation. Okay, Brittany, so I have these SEO titles and meta descriptions. Where do they go? What do I do with them? Am I going to need to monitor them? What's going to happen? All of that kind of stuff. And the last step is monitoring. I'm in there. I'm looking at how many people are visiting your site or your page. How are conversions looking? What are we tracking as far as conversions? What is SEO ranking looking like? All those type of things. I'm in there and I'm monitoring that. And then I follow up with you in about roughly 30 days after the project has ended. A couple of notes for you. So I mentioned approvals. Throughout the process, I'm looking for your approval on a couple key pieces because I've learned, if you go listen to Ashley's case study, I've learned that that's really important. I don't want you to be doing the doing. I don't want you to be burdened by that, but I want you to feel a part of the process, honestly, as much as you want to be. But there's a couple key things that I really need your stamp of approval before we move forward. But like I said, I make sure I keep it really light and easy on your end. Also, throughout the process, I'm very communicative. I'm usually on Voxer, email, and Loom, and then Zooms are typically only at the end of the project. I don't even have a kickoff call, and most of my clients come in knowing that they want to work with me, but maybe they have a couple questions, and that's usually handled over Instagram or Voxer or email. Now, if this sounds like something that you're interested in, whether the SEO packet or the case study copywriting offer, you can visit my contact page on my website and complete the inquiry form. I'm like so no pressure that if you just want to do that and you have a couple questions, amazing. Please do that because there's, again, the fancy, beautiful automations that Coley set for me that I want you to experience. And, thanks to her, you're going to get an immediate email with some simple next steps. And that's all. If you're coming to me from this podcast episode, though, please, please, please let me know that in your first message. I really love knowing how I meet new friends. It's really helpful for me. And with that, go have a fabulous day. That was really something, wasn't it? Let that really sink in and guide you toward being the answer to even more Googled questions. Thanks so much for joining me this episode. You are the reason this show exists and that it keeps growing. Thanks to all those follows and reviews. If you know someone who could benefit from what was shared, send it to them. We don't do shy around here. If you thought of clarifying or follow-up questions while listening, you know what to do. Say hi on Instagram. Check the show notes for all the things that were mentioned, and I'll talk to you soon, friend. Hey, it's B, and I have a major announcement. Blogging is not dead, but it might as well be if you don't have a strategy, because when there's no SEO strategy, your blogs don't help you get found online, don't pull in warm leads, and just kind of waste your time. Who wants that? Especially when you're already busy with a family to take care of and a business to run. That's exactly why I created this 10-day email course to show you how to write a blog with SEO. You get one email each day with a task that'll take you 10 to 30 minutes. There's even a live call included where you get to ask me all your questions. This is perfect for you if you've taken a blogging break and are ready to get back in it, or you've never blogged a day in your life, but everyone is telling you to, and you can totally send your team member through the course. The link is in the show notes. Can't wait to see you inside.